Are you tired of all these challenger players and pro players tier list that never work in our elo? In our menu, our elo, then this video is for you. Today, I'm making a top lane tier list for the real players. Us, the people. Low elo, no perfect teams, no pro play, like just us normal inting chads. So I've been playing League for more than a year, almost 2 years. I started from Iron 4. I got placed in Iron 4 near the bottom of the ladder, and I climbed to gold in a single year. This tier list is about champions that actually help you win games, improve, and focus on other things so you can improve as a player. Even if your team doesn't play perfectly, because which fucking team plays perfectly in our elo, this would help you. So the first tier list, actually the bottom, do not, I repeat, do not play these champs. They require so much to make them work that they're actually not viable. These champs are really bad in the top lane, but in other roles, other lanes, they're like 100 times better. These champs are Akshan, Kayn, Vi, Udyr, Shaco, Rek'Sai, Jace, and Sejuani. These champs, no. Next are two champions. I don't see a lot, but sometimes they're 1v9, other times just straight up poop. So we have Volley and Zac. Or both champs, I just don't know, and I'll leave it to you guys to help me scale them, help me put them, because I just don't know. Now the real tier list begins. For some champions, I'll be suggesting some streamers that have mastered the champions, and you can just go watch the stream, you can watch the YouTube videos, and you can learn how to play the champs and improve your gameplay on the specific champion. D tier. On D tier, all the way at the bottom, we have Gangplank. Only works really if you're solo Baka level. You do not have the skills of a challenger player to pull off the combos to make it work. Low elo Gangplank equals like just Q spam, no real impact, and you're just throwing ults to other lanes just to get assists and you think you're doing something. No, you're not doing anything. You're just being useless. But if you really want to play this champ, like I said, I just suggest you go watch Solar Baka. Next we have Kennen. Has an okay laning phase, but you're pretty squishy, pretty weak. Junglers never path top. They never play for top. They rarely gank top. So your ult is legit just solo ulting, you know? You legit have 3 kills every time with your ult, but let's not forget, you're playing top lane. You're just alone in the island. Next we have Poppy. Poppy useless in lane if enemy has basic positioning. Poppy is really too much team reliant, and that's something that's like we try to avoid for new players they want to like improve. Next we have C tier. In C tier we have Cassiopeia top. Can work if enemy does not dodge your Q, but the problem is it's hard to 1v9 in low elo without a team. Gragas. I think Gragas completely useless. I would not play it. AP Gragas is playable, but very team dependent. Feels awful if you're behind. I'll suggest Sloppy Walrus. What the fuck? How do you say the name? Sloppy Walrus. If you wanna learn how to play Gragas and get some tips. Zahen. This is a really good example of a high elo champ, but really bad in low elo. You can never blind pick Zahen, because otherwise you're cooked. Needs too much setup and time to work. If you just lock in a range against Zahen, GG. Zahen completely loses. Warwick needs early kills before enemy team buys anti-healing, otherwise he just falls off really hard and becomes useless later if enemy team is strong. Renekton. Renekton feels weak compared to other options. I would stay a bit away from Renekton. Rumble. Problem with Rumble is the overheat management. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to fix my mic. You see, my mic's that broke, so I have this shit. I have to use toilet paper. The problem with Rumble, the overheating management and ult usage is too hard for low elos. Low elo Rivens focus too much on the flashy combos, the QQ dash E, and that's not what you need to focus in low elo. It's easy to beat if you just space properly. Good Riven is scary, but really rare in our elo. I would recommend Aloys. And now we go to B tier. Camille, very strong as a counter pick, can 1v9, but into most matchups, she's just okay. Requires a bit of learning, not ideal for most low elo players. Go watch a bit of Gertrude. if he gets to play it. Fiora. I've never seen a good Fiora in low elo. If you just take Ignite, it just hard counters their ult, and she's insane in high elo, but so underwhelming in low elo. Only if she's fed. If you wanna learn Fiora, I would suggest Potent 213. Gnar. Gnar has a really complex kit. Your team usually doesn't know how to play around Mega Gnar, so Yone. New crit buffs help him a lot. Needs good spacing and good decision making, because a really dumb Yone play just ease into a full fucking team and just insta dies. Trundle. He seems just okay, just meh. He seems like a okay champion. Does his job, but nothing really special. If you get counter pick as Trundle, oh, just get ready to just sit on the turret and just perma die. Go watch Kaguro. He's really good at Trundle player. Singe, mostly played by one tricks. Low elo Singe players rely only on CS and proxying, and they think CSing just is gonna win them the game. It's really easy to neutralize a Singe if you just don't follow him and just farm. Like you just farm and go help your team with objectives, and that's it. Chen. Problem with Chen is low elo Chens just ult randomly and they just ruin their own lane and just let the other enemy top lane just farm for free. So Shen is like really bad. If you don't know how to macro properly, Shen is really bad for you to play, so do not play Shen if you don't have a good macro. I would suggest XP2. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering all these names, but I'm trying my best. Vladimir. Vladimir is a really broken champ in high elo, but low elo Vlad players don't even know how to deal damage properly. So it's a really good scaling champ that's often misplayed in low elo. Cassandre, really team dependent, so most of our teammates don't know how to play around Cassandre. Hard to 1v9, low win rate in low elo for a reason. So Nafiri top. Only good if any team has no more than one tank. If they have more than one tank, she becomes completely useless in low elo. Simple all-in, big damage. Falls off hard if tanky comps and a lot of CC. Olaf. Decent, nothing crazy. Good into Teemo, by the way, if you're struggling against Teemo in low elo. Situational pick versus like heavy CC. I would suggest Tyler 1, he plays a lot of Olaf. A tier. When very good tank killer, easy to pick up for beginners, solid and reliable, but you need to be good at spacing so you can catch people off guard with your Q. I was gonna suggest someone for Gwen, but we all know the notepad. Cho'Gath. As flexible builds, you can go full tank, horse steal and stuff, or you can go full AV. It still works. People don't really respect the ult damage, and it's really strong and forgiving. Another one is be playing a lot, Aurora. She's really decent into range options and into certain matchups. If they pick a range character and you don't have Malphite, you can literally just pick Aurora. She's like really good into most range. Ambessa. Strong in low elo, stupidly broken in high elo. She's not that OP because teams don't know how to follow up her damage or just follow up her kit. Needs good team fight awareness, otherwise it's just completely cooked. Need to learn the champ to maximize her damage a bit. Teemo. I would say Teemo is at the bottom of A tier. He's really strong into the right comps. The shrooms just give you insane value in low elo. The only problem with Teemo is if he gets focused all the time but the entire enemy team, you're kinda cooked. Orgot. Extremely strong, once ahead. Most players don't abuse the early levels and the range he has, and the level 6 power. Swain. Good range and sustain. Kinda broken, but in this hero, most of us don't hit or spell, so that's why he ain't OP tier. Pantheon. Clicking point stun, he makes him strong in low elo, but if he mistimes his abilities, you just die. Bad ults can throw the games. Ornn. A tier, bottom of A tier, almost B, because he's a tank. Has a safe lane, free item upgrades are just incredibly broken. Low risk pick, but you just rely on your team so much since you're playing a tank. Irelia. Irelia, actually, I'm gonna move it to B tier. Let's move it to B tier. We move Irelia to B tier. She's very strong if mastered, too complex for most low elo players, and dominate if played correctly. Now we have Tahm Kench, underrated champ, legit unkillable at some points, even no arm Watley, he knows it's secretly broken. You do need to know his kit really good to maximize his damage. Most people in this elo think because he builds Heartsteel that the champ is AD while it's AP. So for Tahm Kench, I suggest no arm Watley because he's the god of Tahm. Aatrox. Easy to get value once you learn the basic combos. If you master the basic combos, you can dominate. So yeah, because low elo players, they do not space well, and it's really strong even in some range matchups. Oh my god, nail to what? I'll choose a nail to learn the champ. Now we have S tier. In S tier, we start with Darius. Insanely good early game. One mistake against Darius, GG. Your lane is completely lost. Very good for learning top and climbing until the higher elo. I would suggest Raider Go is like the god of Darius if you want to learn how to play. Yorick is S tier, but I would almost put him in OP tier, right? Because the ghouls are hard to clear for most champs. Massive sustain from Q. One mistake against Yorick, you also just lose lane endgame. Sion. Sion is like that tank that actually does damage and is actually good at the game. Crazy amount of shields. Brings insane value to the team even if he dies. I would suggest Baus. Mundo. He's at S tier, but I will put him at bottom of S tier, almost A tier. Problem with Mundo is he was designed to split push. And the problem with split pushing low elo games is like you're just gonna get cheating question mark ping every time you go to split push, because in low elo your teammates will always go for dumb fights, would always do dumb shit. Your entire team will blame you because you're just getting a free tower. But people don't know how to respond to Mundo most of the times, and he can get hard countered by max HP percentile damage champs, so be careful. I suggest Alois. Yasuo, please do not first time Yasuo. You legit just gonna end the game. As you can see right here, this is a good example. This guy first time Yasuo and I just completely dicked him. It's just 50-50 champ. Either he carries or he just ends. Wind wall plus crit scaling are just insane. I would suggest Brohan. He's a mid laner, but I suggest Brohan because if you wanna learn the champ. Tryndamere. Tryndamere feels really broken this season with the crit and lethality. So that's why they're even nerfing him. So it's a really great Yorick counter if you're struggling against Yorick. But the only problem with Tryndamere is just Malphite. If you ban Malphite, you can probably just play Tryndamere for free. I would suggest forget F2W to Jax. Jax seems really strong overall, especially with Dusk and Dawn. Incredibly good. Would be OP if people knew how to space and abuse the E. Scales extremely well, and with the new item Dusk and Dawn, incredibly stupid good. When assassin playstyle with a lot of roaming, insanely annoying to deal with if you're playing a melee. Dominates a lot unless hard countered with Teemo or Malphite. Then Quinn just becomes a bit useless, only if she roams. Vayne. Vayne this season feels really good and strong in the top lane, but not that strong to be in OP, but you can always win against it if you play correctly and if you try your best to farm without dying, hoping for your team or your jungler to gank you. Set is really strong level 1 to 2. You can abuse this power to just completely dominate your lane and give you an advantage in lane. Really great for new players. Easy to pick up, but hard to master, you know? If the enemy can space you correctly and they have a lot of CC, Set becomes really useless. I would permaban Kayle or Nasus if you're gonna play Set. I would suggest Auto like us, because he's like really good Set. Heimer. If you wanna make your enemy laner feel like shit, just pick Heimer. If you wanna make him play on the turret, pick Heimer. Heimer is insanely good at laning phase, but outside laning phase, he's like really bad. So, I don't know. Only dumb motherfuckers play Heimer. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy to play Heimer. Okay, now we're going to OP tier. The champs that you're definitely almost gonna see every single game. And if you just wanna win games every time, I would pick this Garen. Garen has an insane kit for low elo. Big sustain, big damage, tanky, and simple combos. Extremely hard to mess up. Low elo players don't know how to space, so can just Q, E, a boom. Illaoi. Illaoi just free soul pulls equals free damage. If you learn your E with Illaoi, GG, free damage for you in your lane. Around iron to bronze and below silver, Illaoi is like extremely broken, but the more you rank up, the higher you climb, the more you start to feel and start to see that Illaoi is not that good, because the more people learn about the game, the more they won't be caught by your E. So most players in low elo, they just don't know how to dodge the E and just always get caught by the E. But that's the problem with Illaoi. The higher you rank up, she's just gonna keep going down in like the tier list. From OP, she's gonna go down to S when you're in gold. When you get to plat or something, she's gonna go to A, and just completely keep going down. Malphite. I feel like Malphite is like the perfect champ regardless to anything. Oh, you need a tank? Lock in Malphite. Oh, you need some damage? Lock in Malphite. Malphite is like a permaban potential. If they're all squishies and range, lock in AP Malphite. GG, free win. If the enemy team is full AD, lock in Malphite tank. GG, free win, unkillable. It's a really stupid champ. I legit don't know any champs that can counter him unless you're playing Sylas. Sylas is just the only niche pick that you can pick. Regardless of that, seems really good in any comp. Mordekaiser, the noob stomp champ. Even when behind, just press R equals win. You can be 4-0 against a Mord, and if you just presses R in it, you can still lose the game. Very beginner friendly. Rylai's slow is extremely broken, so abuse it. Nasus, AFK farm until you one-shot people. What else I can say? No really downside in low elo. I would not suggest playing this new crit build on Nasus for low elo players, because you do need survivability on Nasus. Because I've been seeing a lot of those Nasus playing the crit build and it's just been perma dying going 0 and 10 every time. Kayle, the new top lane quest that just gives you XP boost, just favors her so much, because once you hit level 6, you can farm for free and GG. She only loses if she dies so many times in the early stages. So for you to win as Kayle, you just have to not die, try and farm, not die at the early stages, and you're legit gonna carry. Kayle is my permaban this season, because if I don't pick Malphite into her and I'm playing Sett for example and they pick Kayle, unplayable matchup. Every melee champ into Kayle loses after level 6 because her Q slows, her W speeds are up, so it's like there's no counterplay to that. Because she's just gonna sit on the turret farm and just wait for 6 and you lost the game. You only win against Kayle if your team is winning the lanes. Varus top. Stupid champ. I hate it so much. Riot, please nerf all range top. Please.
One last thing before we go. Don't forget the main thing you should look for while playing League is to have fun, even if it's with the worst champ or the best champ in the list. Because if you really like a champ, go for it, try your best. Because at the end of the day, don't be like some people who are so ignorant to improve that they're just stuck in the same rank for more than 10 years. Learn from your mistakes to be a better person. Don't blame others for their mistakes. Instead, help them get better without flaming, of course. I just started streaming, so come say hi and tell me how the video was or how I can improve for the future. I'm new to all of this, editing, posting, streaming, so be gentle, but you can also be honest. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.